Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Beauty and Brains podcast. So many people have no idea who I am, so I decided to do this first episode of introducing myself and answering to the questions that I get usually on my Instagram or TikTok so that you all know who I am, my journey, my experiences, and then we actually go to our podcast channel. So take your tea, take your coffee, do your job and listen to it in the background, and we're starting now. First of all, I am from Azerbaijan. I'm 19 years old. I was born in Azerbaijan, the capital Baku, and I moved to Germany mostly 11 years ago to one of the smallest cities in Germany. I'm gonna come again to the experiences I had when I came here since it wasn't really easy for me, and I think that many people can relate with that. Then I went here to the school. I went to the fourth grade, and then I changed my school because you have to change with the education system here in Germany to another school when you're in the fifth grade until you're done with high school. So let's start actually here because this was one of the most biggest and important experiences of my life. Also, I want to mention that this podcast is not going to be perfect. The real reason why I wanted to create this is because I think that people do actually keep as secret so many things in their life. They do not always present everything in life, which I also don't, but I decided to do something that is really relatable and where I can actually connect with my community, since so many people have always questions. And this is why this is not going to be perfect. So I'm going to be myself. I'm going to show you how I really talk, and I'm going to talk about real things I have witnessed. Nothing is fake, nothing is made up. Everything is natural and everything is real. So just lay down and enjoy the podcast. So as I already mentioned before, I was 10 years old. I came to the fourth grade and I had no idea. I moved from another continent to another continent, from one country to another country. I couldn't speak any German, any English, only Russian and Azerbaijani, since these were the languages we were using in Azerbaijan. And you have to imagine, we have a completely different culture in Azerbaijan. Like, it was really post-Soviet, it's really strict. And then you come to a free, basically, continent where everyone can be the way they want to be, and there are no rules, basically. And this was completely different thing. And I was 10 years old. I imagine that it was really random. Like, it was really sudden that we came from Azerbaijan to here. So I didn't really have even the time to learn the language or get used to it, or because I came here and 1 week afterwards I went to school. And everyone was staring at me. I just get reminded of it every single time. Everyone was staring at me because they had no idea who this person is. It's like she comes from nothing and cannot speak our language, she's just weird, you know. I actually do understand them. But one of the things that I could never forget, and I would never forget, and these were one of the things that actually made me today really self-confident, is that I went through a lot of bullying in school. I know the time where I was even hit as a child. I have no idea where the adults were actually looking at, because elder people have to actually protect the children. But unfortunately, this was not the case, like in Germany, in my German first school. So I was bullied, I was hit, I was dragged into arguments, even though I couldn't speak the language. Like, I couldn't even impress myself or protect myself. The only thing I could do, and I also had to protect my sister though, because I have a younger sibling and she was going with me to the same school, so I had to protect her and myself from all of the people around in the environment. And no one was liking us because we couldn't speak the language. We were completely from a different culture. We were looking different. I don't know if that's called racism. Maybe that was racism, but these were children, so I cannot really symbolize this as racism. But it was not nice for me. And this was the point of my life where I started to be really, really strong. So finally, I was done in the summer of the year I moved here in with my fourth grade, and I was moving to another school. I was really happy because I didn't went through good things in that school. I remember teachers telling me that I would do great, but I shouldn't go to a gymnasium. It's basically a more like higher school with a higher value here in Germany. And you can directly go into Abitur, which is really good for someone who wants to go to a university. You can do Abitur with different schools as well. That's not a thing, that's not questionable. However, I was someone as an person, as a child who comes from an immigrant family, as you may imagine, I was really dragged into that gymnasium school, even though it was really hard for me because I could not speak the language. How should I go to a gymnasium where people, not every single child in Germany who was born as a German or who can speak perfectly German can go into that school because it's not for everyone. It's not meant for everyone. And how should I, with my 10, 11 years old, with zero German, go into such a important school? Like, that was so difficult for me back then. And this was the second difficulty that as teach taught me in life, something really important, is that you never give up. It's like you go into the difficulty, you go into the hardship, you bear with that hardship, but you get what you want. This was one of the second lessons I had, and this is also the reason why I would always go into difficulty no matter what happens. I would not run to the easiest thing and easy looking things because the reward of the hardest thing is always higher than the one of the easy thing. So then I'm just moving to the different school. I have new people around me. It took me years in order to find friends there. I could not find friends. I was in so many different groups of people. I could not find myself because the people they mostly knew each other from the previous school they came in, and they knew each other from the first or kindergarten. And I'm coming there. I'm someone new. I have again no idea. It's a new environment. It's a new school. And the girl who was with me before in the fourth grade went to another school. And I come to a different school. I come and I see the people. I try to communicate, but I see that they keep a distance from me. And it really hurts me as a child since everyone has someone, but I'm just basically alone. And it made me very, very sad, I would say, back then. Also, I was bullied for my appearance, outer appearance for years also in that school, so I didn't stop. Bullying is always a topic. I know that a lot of people, I know maybe you are going through bullying. And just don't forget that no matter how toxic or bad your environment is, you are the star in that bad environment. I felt like I am someone special. I felt that I'm unique, even though they made so many different jokes about my outer appearance, my language, my accent, my grades, because my grades weren't perfect. How can someone who has no idea what German sounds like or has no vocabulary, has no idea how speaking in German feels like, get actually good grades? That was not possible. That was normal. And I was one of the people who went through this. If you're going through bullying, if you are leaving the country and coming to a different one and you cannot get used to it, you cannot fit into that community environment, then you have to know that you're not alone. You are definitely not alone. And you have to, this was the thing I did. I basically turned this weakness into a strength. This was the thing I did. And this helped me. And today I know exactly how to do it. So if it hurts me, I put it and turn it into strength. And then I get a better version of myself. So for years, this bullying, the problems with school and language continued until I came to the high school phase of my life. And of course, I think after 2-3 years of my school, I think it was in 8th or 9th grade, when I finally found one of my friends. Then the second one came, and then I was really happy because then I was belonging into one group. I felt like I'm friends with them. I felt like I'm connected, bonded to them. That's why I would never forget them. And I'm still friends with them, by the way. These are the two people I still have contact with, and I'm really happy to have contact with them. And of course, during the years, I went through a lot of hardships, a lot of friendships. This is why I know exactly who I want to be friends with, and this is also one of the reasons why I'm able today to cut off people whenever I feel like it's not good for me, because I can actually analyze them. I can see, okay, this behavior is not something I would like. This is something I would not prefer in my environment, and I just cut them off. No matter how much I love them, I just cut them off. This is something I do appreciate in my characteristics, since not a lot of people can do it. I receive a lot of messages, DMs regarding this as well, people telling me about their toxic environments and who are not able to actually get rid of them, which is something I can relate to. I was back then the same way, but today I changed, and I'm gonna share with you and show exactly how I did it in this podcast. So stay tuned for the next episodes, and now we're continuing with my life experiences. So at the same time, I'm gonna answer to some of the questions I got under my story. So one of the questions was, what's your biggest why for studying? I'm going to tell you, this is exactly my biggest why to study and to stay motivated and to keep going to my goals. Since so many people did not believe in me, like so many people, even back then, the people I called friends, family members, people in school, teachers, they all told me, it's something you will not be able to do. Abitur is not easy for you. It's not gonna happen. So, just go to a lower school. It's okay. Go to a simple school. And this also happened with me in Azerbaijan. So many people did not believe in me. So many people made fun of me because back then I didn't have good grades. They were saying that I will never be able to even finish school with that grades. And I was so 100% sure that I have to prove them who really I am and what talents I have inside of me, passions, and show exactly how I can be successful and be better than them in every single life situation. Also, one another question was here, what's your religion? I do think that a lot of people do have no idea what my religion is, but I'm a Muslim. I am really faithful. I do believe in God strictly. I think that religion is one of the most beautiful things that has happened to me in my life. Many prayers became a reality for me, and the reason why I always get what I want is because I strongly believe in God, and I strongly believe in prayers, and I believe that only God can help me in a situation where I cannot do anything. And one of the another most important and most asked questions is, how did you start with social media? Who did inspire you and how did you do it? Where did you start? I think it was in the 10th grade of school when I was already bullied, so I thought that I will not lose something. I will not lose my popularity by doing it because I was not popular. And people judge me for even nothing. So I do not care if they judge me if I start with social media. It was the summer right before the 10th grade started. So it was really exactly 2 years ago that I started with TikTok, and exactly 1 year ago that I started with Instagram. I just heard that I do breathe into the microphone. I'm so sorry about that. I think you all will notice it. But again, it's natural. It's not perfect. This is how it works. I don't have to do it perfect. And this is something I'm just showing you genuinely, honestly, who I really am. So just so that you know, I can hear it and don't make fun of it. So let's continue. And one of the most well-known Azerbaijani influencers who got me really inspired was Amina Gassamzadeh. I did really like her videos. She was really motivating me to keep going in school. And then I thought, why not? I get so inspired by her. And why can I not do it myself? Why can I not inspire people? So if Amina is listening to it, thank you very much for your inspiration. And then I started just posting. I started posting and I saw, okay, this is going viral. Politics is going viral. Then I thought, okay, politics, I did so many videos about it. What can I change? What can I do more so that more people listen to it and go into it and get mostly inspired from me? And then I started doing studying videos. Like I did one of them for fun and I saw, okay, this went viral. That's good. A lot of people are texting me, they're asking me, they're getting inspired. So why not to start? And then I did one video that went really viral. It was, I think, 50 million on TikTok and it got 3 million likes. And I think I got from just one single video around 15, no, it was 25k followers. So it was like a boom for me. It was I went viral in just one single night and I was really shocked. I could not believe my eyes because like from one single video, 24k, 25k, that's unbelievable for me. And then I just continued doing it. I saw that people get motivated and I started to sometimes share tips, share my experiences and how I did all of that and why I did start it and just meaning standards of my life, my mindset. People like it. Okay, I will do more videos. And this is how it came now to 140k on TikTok and 66k on Instagram. So I'm so grateful for that. And there's another question. Are you well aware that many teen girls see you as their inspiration? I do, and I'm endlessly thankful. I hope that I can change your lives. I hope that I can share my experiences so that you get inspired and you stop thinking that you are not good enough for this world. I hope that you stop believing or thinking that you cannot achieve it, because you can achieve every single thing you want in life. And I promise you this one, you can. You always can. Doesn't matter how old you are. You can. You will face so many hardships and there will be not even a single one where you will think that I cannot bear with it. You have the power, you have the strength to bear with all of them. You are special. If you don't see yourself as something special in your own eyes, don't think that other people will do it. Because I did the same. I saw myself as someone really small, someone really quiet, someone who cannot really do something. But today, I am giving inspiration to thousands of people on social media. And these teenage young girls who have no idea what to do, what to decide on, and how to create the best versions of yourself, of themselves, were a true inspiration for me to start with social media today and make me the person I am today in your and thousands of people's eyes. Another really asked question is, where do you get all your motivation and discipline from? And there's only one answer. I always reply to it the same way and have replied to it many times, but it's my mom. There's only single idol I have. I never had Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Emma Watson, the Wizard Liz as my motivation. There was only one single woman I had as my idol, as someone I wanted to become, I was looking up to. It was my mom. She's the strongest, most educated, most powerful, kindest, and fairest woman I have ever met. I always wanted to be like her. I know that I'm not going to become like her because she's something special, not only for me, but all of my family members. Just because I can give you even one single example. My mom is a doctor. I do not reveal always the personal information about my parents, but my mom is 45 years old. She works every single day for hours long. She is a very, very successful doctor, very educated and very successful doctor. And yet she goes and is currently learning English. She speaks in 3 languages, Turkish, Azerbaijani, Russian, German. But now she wants to learn her 5th language. People at her age would never start doing it. Majority of them wouldn't, but she started, and now she is really developing herself. She's really studying it. She's really doing the homeworks, even though she has no time, even though she has 2 children and has to work. And this is what really inspires me to go and do things that I think that I cannot do. my mom was one of the people who always taught me what to do. So if I needed advice in life, if I wanted to do something and I was not sure about it, I always ask my mom, Mom, do you think this or that? And I think I will really do one episode where I will tell you exactly what my mom has taught me, because there's so many things that I would like to just give other people, her advices I would let other people know, especially teenage girls. It has really helped me, and I think that it would help every single person, especially women. And I will really make one episode only about her and the things that she has actually taught me in life, so that everyone can gain from her experiences and her knowledge. And I believe that everyone would be able to change their lives if they hear to some of the advices she has given me all my life long. So a small appreciation for my mom. And now I'm gonna continue with another ask question. It's, what habits did change your life, and what habits made you you today? So as you may know, I try to maintain a lot of things. Social media, I used to play tennis, not anymore because of my final exams, but I used to play tennis, I used to play piano, I used to play chess. I went through two professional chess lessons, chess courses. Then I stopped them, which I do really regret, but I did a lot of things. And there was one single habit that has really, I think, changed my life, and it's manifestation. I don't know if you can actually call that as a habit, but it's basically something you always do. I will also talk about manifestation in further episodes. I'm gonna teach you exactly how even though I did not really think I will do it, but I got accepted into one of the universities I wanted. I have all of that TikTok, social media. I am gonna talk about the experiences I went through and that I basically manifested myself, even though before I knew what manifestation is, I was manifesting it. And I'm 1000% sure that you're also manifesting your life without even acknowledging it. It's subconsciously, it's something you do subconsciously. But I'm going to teach you exactly what I did and how I did it and what I did get as a result in the further episodes. And one of the other questions I really do get a lot is, how did you learn all of the languages? So I can speak 6 languages. I started in Azerbaijan. I was born there. And my first language was Russian, not Azerbaijani, because I went to a Russian kindergarten and then later on to a Russian school. And I was speaking in Russian fluently back then. I'm still good, really good in Russian, but not fluently enough because for almost 11 years now I don't speak in Russian, but back then I did it every single day. I was talking a lot in Russian, but not anymore, unfortunately. However, then I was speaking with my family, talking with my family members in Azerbaijani. Then I also had Turkish, and I did learn Turkish because I was watching a lot of Turkish movies. I don't know who can relate to that, but I did, and this is the way I learned it. And then finally, Germany. I came to Germany and learned German here in German school, and also English as well. At the same time, I was studying French, by the way, in my school, since this was an obligation course. However, I cannot speak French, any French, because French is so beautiful but so difficult. And at the same time, I was also learning Spanish in the 8th grade. So as you may imagine, 4 languages, someone like a child learning 4 languages at the same time, it was a catastrophe for me. It was really hard. I wanted to be good in every single thing. So this is my story of how I learned all of the 6 languages I can speak in today, which I'm really grateful for. I'm 19 years old and I don't need to learn any languages anymore because that is more than enough for most of the job places, for universities. Is already a big advantage for me. which I'm endlessly grateful for. So then in April, I started studying for my final exams, Abitur, the final graduation exam here in Germany. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was really scared, but somehow I did believe that I'm gonna achieve it. I'm gonna do it. There's not a second option. I did have a few universities in my mind, and I'm gonna share the first time that the university I'm going to go soon in October here in the podcast episode, because I wanted to keep it as a secret, but I know that after I move out of the city, people will know where I moved to, since they will see the environment. So it's Bonn University. I did get accepted to a lot of universities here in Germany, and also I applied to one of them in Switzerland. It was Basel University, which is a really great university. And most of the universities that I wanted to go to were top 100 universities here overall in the world. And Bonn University, also there was Aachen University I wanted to go to, which both of them are really good in computer science. I did apply to others as well. I did apply to LMU in München, in Munich, and I did apply to Berlin universities, Humboldt and Free States of Berlin University, I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken. I applied to Darmstadt. I applied to, I think, 15, around 20 universities in Germany I wanted to go, to make sure to guarantee my future, so that I don't just have nothing to do. And it helped. I thought that it's not gonna happen. I really thought that it's really hard to do it, but thank God I did it. I was accepted into all of them. And I didn't really wait until I get accepted into the universities as the one in Munich or Berlin, because Bonn was enough for me. I really wanted to move to Bonn. I really loved the city Bonn and the university, and I just felt like, okay, this is the right one. I had so many universities I could choose, but I chose the Bonn. I don't know why, but my heart told me just go there. I don't know why. Maybe this all has a reason. I do believe that all has a reason, but I decided to go to Bonn, and now I'm going to Bonn in October 1st. So I'm really looking forward to the next things that are going to happen. So I'll keep you updated always, and I will start doing my YouTube channel, filming vlogs for you in a new city as a student, completely different vibe. I'm gonna film all of the vlog, show you my routine, show you my university, and I will share with you whenever maybe I'll have friends there, and I'll share that with you and share my experience with you. So I'll keep you always updated. I'm looking forward to the new format on my social media platforms. And the last question I'll answer to today is, what are your goals? How do you define them, or is there an end? My goals, I do believe that most people have to keep their goals and achievements private, since so many people love to ruin them. I do think that there's something like law of balance. So I'm going to talk about all of these in the further episodes, but law of balance is basically when you make something look more valuable. For example, you say, that gives me luck, right? This one item gives me luck, and you put your energy into it and you believe in that, then this thing loses its value. Maybe it was really lucky for you, but you don't have to make a big thing out of it. You don't have to make it bigger in your eyes. So because of this, I just don't want to share it with anyone, not only on social media, but with my friends as well. So I keep it private until I really finally decide to do it, and I do it, and I get the result, and that's it. I share it on social media and everywhere with everyone. So in my opinion, there is no end, there is no limit of the achievements or of goals or things you can actually imagine. There's so many things I would love to tell you, and I would just believe me that I would make you believe in yourself so hardly. I would make you believe that you can achieve anything you want in life. Anything. I'm going to show you how to create that life. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to organize this life and how to make you feel the best version of yourself. You will feel it. You will not only become it, but you will feel it. You will be confident. And this is going to happen in the further episodes of my Beauty and Brains podcast. I hope that it was not really boring for you to listen to all of that. It was pretty much a long one. But I hope that you liked it very much, as I did. I felt really good doing it. And if you have any further suggestions regarding what I could do better in this podcast channel, you can give me some feedback. I would be really happy to hear it. So this was the first episode of the podcast Beauty and Brains, waiting for you in the next episodes.